Hey guys, Charlie from worshipguitarskills.com, back again with another video. Our focus on this channel is to equip and empower worship guitarists to really develop the skills and the techniques on the guitar so that they can play with more confidence and control and really get to a place where they can release their own sound. Now, what's important to me when it comes to releasing your own sound is finding a way to play more melodically on the guitar, because most of the time if you just play chords, it's fine, but it's really part of that foundation, right? And if you look at any cool building that you might walk into, you don't really pay much attention to the foundation. It's kind of the other things that's going to stand out and kind of catch your eye. Now, of course, as guitarists, part of our job is to lay the foundation, but that does not mean that we can't add some visual interest, so to speak, from a melodic perspective. And that's what I want to show you today, and we're going to approach that from a chordal perspective. So what does that mean? Many guitarists, when they have to come up with hooks or some melodic information on the guitar, they either just go straight for a scale and then everything sounds like a scale, and they don't really know how to play melodies that fit over a certain progression. So what I want to show you now is we're going to look at a song called This Is Amazing Grace. I'm not going to play the parts from the song, but I'm rather going to show you how you can use triads to unlock some new areas and ideas on the guitar so that you can see what is possible. So let's start by playing one of the melodic lines that we're going to look at, and then afterwards I'm going to break it down and show you exactly the thinking behind this, so that you too can go ahead and use this information to come up with your own guitar parts and really start exploring some of the melodic aspects that the guitar has on offer without really having to learn a bunch of scales or any complicated theory. It's all based around triads, which is as simple as it gets. Right, let's get right into it. Alright, so as you can hear, that was This Is Amazing Grace, and the chords there is B flat, E flat, G minor, and F, which of course is 1, 4, 6, 5. Very, very simple. Now, we've done another video on this channel where I showed you how I played power chords together with some melodic hooks from the song using octaves, so you can go ahead and check that out on the channel as well. That was quite a fun lesson. But in this lesson, I want to go ahead and explore some of the triads, right? So like we just said, the chords are B flat, E flat, G minor, and F. Now, if I were to play triads on the guitar, right? So that'll be B flat, E flat, G minor, and F. That's as simple as it is. So here are the shapes: B flat, E flat, G minor, and F. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play the track, and I'm going to play just the notes of these triads, and you can kind of see what I can come up with. And just bear in mind, none of this is pre-composed. I'm literally making it up on the spot just to show you how versatile these triads are. So I'm going to play B flat, E flat, G minor, and F. Let's see what that sounds like, and afterwards I'm going to show you how you can break out of the box here and start playing more freely on one string using those exact same notes. Check this out. so nothing earth-shattering there. It's literally just orienting myself, so to speak, with the chord tones. Now, when you play it like this, it's a little bit boring because it's so shape-driven, right? But once you start transferring these exact same notes on just one string, that gets a little bit more interesting. So instead of playing these notes, which would be D, F, and B flat, which is the notes from the B flat triad, I'm going to play. Can you see how this is the same as this? And then, instead of playing that for E flat, I'm going to play. And then instead of playing this for G minor, I'm going to play. And instead of playing this for F, I'm going to play. So as you can see, I've taken step one, played the triads. Then I transposed, or not transposed, but I moved the notes from the chords to a single string. Now, let me play something along the lines of those exact same notes, just using these notes together with some kind of a rhythm, and then afterwards we can break that down. Alright, so that's quite fun, and literally all I did was I literally just played chord tones. So I didn't even get creative by trying to use some non-chord tones as well. So what you can do in that instance, for example, it sounds really great. You could have probably seen when I played the E flat, I went. So you can, for example, add that 8th fret in there. Or you can, instead of playing an E flat triad, you can play. You can do that, for example, right? So then that's a non-chord tone. So you can start experimenting with that kind of stuff, or even just slide into notes, and that's where you can start getting inventive with what you want to do from a melodic perspective, right? So take those notes and see what you can come up with. Now let's go ahead and let's try this with different triads. You saw I played B flat, E flat, G minor, and F. Right, again, B flat, E flat, G minor, and F. I can also play B flat over here. Okay, and then E flat, and then G minor, and then F. Same notes, but in different place on the guitar. So now this B flat will be 3, 7, 10. And then this E flat will be 3, 8, 12. And then this G minor will be 7, 12, 15. Actually, that doesn't sound right. I meant to say 3, 7, 12. And then lastly, this F, 2, 5, 10. Alright, so it's quite different to the previous example. Let me play it now with this played down from this position to that position. Check it out. right, so it's nice and simple. It's just a different way in which you can start to map out the strings, right? And the note on one string. So for example, instead of playing 3, 7, 10, I might choose to go, I can add this extra note in. And then from 3, 8, as you can see, I'm just sliding into the same notes, which is still 3, 8, and 12. But to get from 3 to 8, I'm going. And then to get from 8 to 12, I'm going. So now it's starting to give me some more melodic movement. So let's go ahead and try that once more by adding some non-chord tones. All right, because I've already mapped out what those main stepping stones are going to be for me. And now I can add some additional melodic information in between. And that's literally just choosing any notes in between your chord tones that you'll just join them together. It's kind of a bucket brigade technique, right? So if you think about a bunch of guys standing in line and they've got a bucket that they're passing along, that's kind of how you move the thing through. So your main chord tones are the main chord tones that you want to hit, but the bucket brigade idea, these are connecting notes. So instead of going, like I said, it's 3, 7, 10, I can go. So I've got some connecting tones there, which is pretty cool. So let's play the last example here, and then afterwards I'll tell you where you can get some cool resources to help you really internalize this concept, which I'm calling melodic math. Right? That you can use that to actually start to play more melodically on a guitar. Here we go. Okay, so just to recap, for example, 3, 7, 10. Those are my triad, and then to get from 3 to 7, I went. And then to get from 7 to 10, I went. And then the second chord was an E flat, which was 3, 8, 10. Sorry, 3, 8, 12. So to get from 3 to 8. And to get from 8 to 12. And then for the G minor, again I had 3, 7, 12. So I can go. And then for F, which was 2, 5, 10, I can go. You don't always have to add an extra note, but I went. And that is basically how you can use connecting tones to go ahead and get some awesome sound. So what did I do? First of all, I mapped out the triad notes on the guitar. If you need help where to get those, just check the link in the description. Then I took those notes and I moved them to one string. And then lastly, I added some connecting tones. And that is basically a super simple method that you can use to map out the notes of the guitar, add some connecting tones, and then let your ear and your own musical ability, your musicality and your creativity, let that drive you to come up with some of those ideas. Because for example, I just used that paint by numbers approach, so to speak, to come up with that line that I just did and demonstrated for you over here. What I would do now is I would probably start to workshop a little bit and start to get it to become like a melody that someone would sing. And that is really one of the best things that you can do as a worship guitarist, because worship, for the most part, is congregational, right? We want people to be able to sing worship songs that is grounded in solid theology, because that makes a big difference in their own walk and relationship with God, and of course the encounters that they can get to have. So when you as a guitarist can play the type of things that people would sing, that is when you like really elevate your playing, because no one really will go into the shower no one would really sing that, right? So there's a time and a place for you to use devices like that in your playing, but it's much better when you can go, that's kind of a melody that I can hear someone sing. All right, so hopefully that's useful for you to see how you can use chord shapes to play more melodically on the guitar. Again, in the description, you'll find some links where you can get some additional guides and resources to help you along the way. And if you enjoyed this lesson, please let us know by leaving a comment and sharing this with someone else that you think might find value from this teaching. All right, guys, have a great one, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.